Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. So, Jay, interesting topic that we have here today. We got the up-and-coming Abdullah Mason, who I think very highly of. As a matter of fact, I think very highly of all of the fighters that are currently at 135 that we speak on. I think they are the upper echelon of those or that division. And not only that, I think they're the upper echelon of boxing in general. It feels like a glamour division right now. So, and that includes Shakur, that includes Keyshawn, that includes all those guys. I think very highly of them. So I just wanted to put that out there. And we got Abdullah Mason, who's going to fight later on tonight, actually, against Manuel Jaime. And that's the gentleman that had the opportunity to fight Rolly Romero in his last fight and lost, if I'm not mistaken, the decision to Rolly Romero. So, of course, they're doing the rounds right now. Not only is Abdullah Mason doing the rounds, but also Keyshawn Davis is doing the rounds. So you're seeing them a lot in different interviews. And some of these interviews probably get a bit confusing. You may have seen an interview and it looks like the same interview that you already seen. In reality, they're doing these rounds of interviews where different reporters or outlets will come and interview these fighters. So we listen to the vast majority of these things to try to delineate what information is being said in one video versus the other. In one particular conversation that Abdullah Mason had, I thought it was very interesting because we hear so much about Gervonta Davis, and there's so much. I don't even know how the amount of delusion that exists when it comes to boxing fans as it relates to Gervonta Davis is truly astonishing. We know the situation that currently happened with Tank saying that, he has no interest in fighting over in Riyadh unless he's going to get paid more because of the situation with Devin Haney being Turki Ali Sheik's boy. And somehow that turned into it being a duck. They tied it into a $20 million conversation that Bill Haney had. They started to say, well, if that's the case, then why didn't he do Fury? Why didn't Fury win? Because that was his boy. And I've already destroyed a couple of people in our Discord making that comment, so I'm not going to do it here. But Tank is an absolutely outstanding fighter, and I think virtually everyone knows this, including Shakur Stevenson, because he's mentioned this on several occasions. I know a lot of people want to paint Tank as just a power puncher, but he's more than that. And the power is what makes him more unique than some of his other fighters or some of these other fighters out there. Just like Shakur's ability to avoid shots make him unique versus other fighters, right? So you would have thought that somebody like a Abdullah Mason, who has ties with Shakur Stevenson and has been in camp with Shakur Stevenson in preparation for fights in the past, would say that he would believe that Shakur Stevenson would be the tougher challenge. But let me play a clip from Abdullah Mason, because honestly, I was pretty surprised to hear this from Mason as he was asked this question: who is the tougher fighter to face once he gets up there and has the opportunity to face them, or he's at that level? Would it be Shakur or Gervonta Davis?
When you're at that point and ready, who do you think would be your toughest test in the lightweight division? Shakur Stevenson or Gervonta Davis?
I feel like Tank may prove a little tougher test. You got to watch out with Tank, him having that power that he does. You got to watch out a little more, for sure. But I feel like he'd be for me personally, I feel like Tank would be a tougher test.
Tank would be a tougher test. But yeah, we hear people like Bomac say that Keyshawn Davis would knock Gervonta Davis out in like 8 rounds. Although we also heard Bomac say that when asked by Andre Ward in terms of who are special fighters in the sport that he recognized and follows, he actually mentioned Gervonta Davis. So that's also interesting. We see a lot of double talk coming from people. We see a lot of trying to diminish Gervonta Davis's opponents, yet we are perfectly okay with people like Shakur Stevenson or Devin Haney calling out like a pit bull Cruz. Everybody's perfectly comfortable with that, but when he fought Tank, he's trash. So it's just interesting to me, Jay. What's your thoughts on this, man? Abdullah Mason saying that, yeah, Tank would be the tougher test.
I'm not surprised. I mean, anytime you have a boxer puncher like Tank is, and Shakur is called Tank a boxer puncher, not just a puncher. For some reason, people think because Tank has these crazy knockouts that all he is a knockout artist. He's setting traps for people. He's a boxer puncher. He sets trap. He has a high boxing ring IQ, and they don't care about that. They just look at the knockouts and say, then they diminish who he fought, and that's what Tank also talked about, how they're just going to diminish whoever he beats. They're going to diminish it. They're going to give a reason why that person wasn't good. Although Ryan is great now, Pitbull's great for Keyshawn Davis and everyone else, but when they fought Tank, oh no, Frank was a good fight for Shakur, but he wasn't for Tank. So when Abdullah Mason is looking at all this, he's been in the ring with Shakur, sparring him and seeing what Tank is doing. Game recognized game. He knows Tank has the power and the boxing IQ to make things difficult. Shakur has the ability to evade punches for sure, but he doesn't have the power. He's reluctant to throw punches back at you when he's in range. We've seen that with Artem. We've seen that with other fighters. He's fought De Los Santos. You know, he really won't throw punches when he's in range for fear of getting hit. So we've seen him do that. So that's why Abdullah's like, shoot, I can pretty much more likely walk through Shakur punches and try to trap him versus I'm not walking through Tank punches. I got to be smart. I got to be on my A game 100% of the time, because all it takes is me getting clipped once or twice and I'm done. You know, Tank ain't just a regular, just going to go just with one punch, the right hand or the left hand. He can knock you out either hand. So Abdullah sees that. He sees Tank is multidimensional. He's not one-dimensional like a Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah, no, I don't think Shakur is one-dimensional. I think Shakur is multidimensional as well. But I just don't think you have to concern yourself with the power as much. And I think Shakur's style is more to evade contact and to strike when there's opportunities versus Gervonta Davis' style, which is I'll stay in the pocket. I will slip. I will put myself within range of punches. I will move and get out of the way of those punches, and I will counter with something that will put you away. Tank is about causing damage. I think Shakur is about outpointing you, and then, it's two different styles. So you just got to see how the styles mesh. I've always favored Tank because I don't think Shakur's style, you can win with that style against somebody like Tank. I know a lot of people think that style is similar to like Floyd's, but I disagree. I don't think that's Floyd's style. Floyd actually was always in range. Exactly. So you guys tell us. Yep. Say that one more time.
Floyd would be in the pocket and counter you and tap you once or twice.
Yeah.
Just not going to just jump him back.
Yeah, I agree. You guys tell us what you think in the comment section in regards to this. I know some of you are going to be pro Gervonta Davis. Others will not. Just curious to hear what you have to say. Don't forget to hate, like, comment, and subscribe. This is the Angry Man Podcast here on Sports Media, and we are out.